Hey, good morning, everyone. It's Captain Chandler with your police department, and we just wanted to bring an update to our community in regards to the severe weather impacts that we have experienced this morning. Thankfully, we have no reports of any serious injury or any issue where someone had to be rescued from a home. We did have some type of significant wind event, unclear what that may be, that came through our town. But let me just go over the damage reports that we have so far. Again, no rescues were necessary. There's no reports of significant injuries. We have approximately 10 to 14 homes with significant structural damage. Many homes, likely 60 to 80, have significant cosmetic damage. Overall, through the whole city, widespread wind damage, trees and tree limbs across the whole community. Also, many things that were not attached that could easily blow away or just all spread out throughout our city. And right now we have one road closure, and that is South Green Hill Road near Willoughby Station. Putting up a map here is where our most significant damage reports are coming from. We have reports in the Chandler Point subdivision across Old Lebanon Dirt Road to West Division near Mount Juliet Elementary. That continues into Willoughby Station on Brisbane, Lance Courts, the end of Sydney Terrace, and then that damage reports, the most significant, kind of fade away as it goes over the Mount Vernon Estates neighborhood. These road closures have since cleared up since this information was completed, but right now only road closure we have is South Green Hill Road at Willoughby Station Boulevard. The other road closures that you see listed have since been cleared up. We had trees across those roads. Right now, the safety concerns that we have are down power lines across our community. There's multiple down power lines and multiple utility poles down across the area. There's also a lot of debris out and about, and we're worried about sharp debris, glass, anything that could hurt someone that's out across these impacted areas. Again, the most impacted areas from Chandler Point, across Old Lebanon Dirt Road, Division Street, Mount Juliet Elementary, up into Willoughby Station. We did check on the school, and the school seems to be fine. Which we are grateful for. And also any home with structural damage, mainly in the Willoughby Station community, where about 10 to 12 homes have significant structural damage. They may not be safe to stay in. Again, we're grateful that our community had no major impacts. We can't say that for the same across Middle Tennessee and Kentucky, our neighbors across the area, where they've had a lot of reports of stronger wind events that occurred, likely tornadoes in those areas with a lot of death and a lot of injury, and our prayers go out to all those communities who are impacted by this severe weather event that moved across our area from Tennessee to Kentucky, all across the southeast of the United States. We've been through this before with the March 3rd tornado. So just know that your police officers, your firefighters, and public works teams are out working now. We've called in extra staff as a city to ensure that we have plenty of staff available to answer all the calls for service that we have. We're grateful that we have no pending calls for service right now. During the immediate impact of the event, it affects a lot of the homes, so we get a lot of alarm calls that come in, and after those alarm calls come in, we begin to get damage reports. We immediately sent officers out to those impacted areas, and they were checking on residents to ensure no one was seriously injured during this event. There was one injury reported, and that was a self-transport to the local ER due to a laceration, I believe, on their arm or their chest from this type of wind event that occurred. Of course, the Weather Service will come out and survey all the different damage in our community to be able to determine what caused this event. Was it straight line winds, or was it a tornado that caused this event in our community? Again, right now it's unclear. The police department, fire department, and our public works teams, we're not the experts in looking at wind damage to try to determine exactly what occurred. But your teams are out there now, and they're working hard. They're quickly getting debris cleared up. They've worked very hard to get the debris cleared up. That was already blocking 5 roadways, and now we just have one roadway that's blocked, that's South Green Hill near Willoughby Station. And from what I hear, they're about to get that opened up once they get the utility lines off the roadway. Of course, with any live update that our department does, we love to be interactive in that. If you have any questions about anything, please list that in the comments. I know one question we get quite a bit, does anyone need assistance in these areas? And right now, It seems that most homeowners are just assessing their property, trying to determine exactly what happened. It doesn't seem that many homes and residents will be displaced by this event. There was 10 to 12 homes with significant damage, and those homes, of course, will have to be structurally assessed to determine what happens. But it appears all will have a place to go. If there's anyone out there that does not have a safe place to go today, please reach out to our police department. We have officers out in all the impacted zones. Please talk to them, let them know what they need, and we will ensure that they get resources to help them through this event. But again, let's go back to the map. Here's where our most major damage reports are coming from. Along Old Lebanon Dirt Road near the Chandler Point subdivision, Chandler Road area, up to Division Street, Willoughby Station neighborhood, and Mount Vernon Estates. And of course, across the whole community is just simply widespread wind damage that we are seeing out here. So I'll take any questions that you have. Please just type that in the comments, and I'll do my best to get to those. Of course, power is out across the area that were impacted. Question here from Jason: aware of any damage north of the city boundaries near Lakeview off Saundersville Ferry? And Jason, I'm not aware of that area. It's out of our city limits. Our main focus has been on the city limits of Mount Juliet. Same lease, I can't speak for Saundersville Ferry Road. James is saying that they lost their nearly 400-year-old tree, but thankfully they're all safe, and we're thankful that everyone in our community is safe through this wind event. Again, we have no reports of any significant injury throughout our community. Anna is asking about the extent of the damage in Chandler Point. And Anna, it appears to be cosmetic damage. Of course, we have teams out assessing everything, but right now it seems to be cosmetic damage. There's a question here to sign up for our alerts. And Patrick, to sign up, I'll put this on the screen for you, but you just text MJ to 67283. Text those letters MJ to 67283, and you'll be signed up for our MJ alert system. Just continue to scroll through to see if I see any questions that may be important to this. Karen says we have damage and just waiting for the sun to come up to see what else. Yeah, exactly, Karen. I think a lot of residents are in your situation. It's very dark out. The power's out. And I think everyone is just waiting for some daylight to try to determine the extent of the damage. Brian's asking if we need any help. He's a truck glove, steel toe shoes, and safety glasses. And Brian, we appreciate that. Right now, there's no need for help. In fact, we had a lot of staff come in, and we were able to send staff home because once we assessed everything that occurred, we wanted to send our staff home to get some sleep because they, of course, have to work later this evening. Tina just says here, her road is closed on Saundersville Ferry, trees blocking and can't get out. All right, let's see what else we got. Any new questions that came in? A question to restate the road closure. And the current road closure for us in the city limits of Mount Juliet is South Green Hill at Willoughby Station Boulevard. Okay, but it seems like we have a lot of road closures across the county, and there's a lot of folks going out right now working on clearing those different areas. Before I end this broadcast, I want to be sure everyone knows that our Christmas parade today has been canceled. Of course, that's a hard decision to make for any city leadership team, but with the impacts across our community, many homes damaged cosmetically, 10 to 12 significantly damaged with their structure. Of course, around our area, up in Kentucky, other Middle Tennessee areas have been impacted by tornadoes and other type of wind events. Again, not totally sure what exactly it was just yet. Weather Service has to make that determination. But the parade today is canceled. Again, a super hard decision to make. But when you have impacts like this in your community, you need to focus on those impacts rather than focus on a Christmas parade, unfortunately. So I just wanted to keep everyone update on that. Right. Just any questions that you may have, please type that in the comments. We do these live updates quite often, weekly for one, just to give our local stats that we have and what happened during the week in our community. But we also come live to you anytime we have any significant incident or anything significant whatsoever. And of course, we had a severe weather event this morning. We wanted to keep you updated on. This is a great way for us to go quickly live to our community, to take any questions that our community may have. There's a question here about any damage at all the schools. And from what I can tell in the city limits from our reports, there's no significant damage to any schools in our city limits. All right. And we'll be getting more information out as we, of course, progress through this incident. I know some people have questions about how do they report uh, damage to their homes, and there will be an assessment conducted mainly by our local structural teams. And also, Wilson County EMA will be out and about to complete a report on the different damage to different homes throughout the area. All right. Thank you all, folks. We'll try to give you another update later today as we get more information. Again, stay safe. If you're out and about walking around these damaged areas, please watch out for down power lines. Watch out for any sharp debris or anything that could fall that's barely hanging on from the wind damage. We appreciate your support of our community, and just know that your teams are out there working hard right now. Your police officers, firefighters, and public works teams are out and about right now doing what they can just to ensure everything is safe. They've checked on all the residents already, and now they're just monitoring the different streets that were impacted. Stay safe, take care, and we will see you later this afternoon.